Hello, everyone. We're going to try Plains of Abraham with the new additions and see how we make out today. First card we're going to pull, all the British advance one. So when you advance one and the supplies go up by one, so my supplies at 3, and Bullport will go up. For the alternate start, you're going to roll a 6. You're not going to move. In fact, if you are anywhere on the cliff, you'll have to go back to the beginning. A 5 is a no move. 2, 3, 4, you move. And 1 is you go straight to the top. So let's try. They all get to move. Townsend first. Townsend's a 6. He stays at the start. 3, so Monkton is going to move. 2, Wolf is going to move. And I get my 2 turns. I think what I'll do with -1 modifier, I think what I'm going to do is try and push Wolf back. A 6, so I will push him back. And Monkton, I need to roll a 3, 4, 5, and a roll of 4, so I push them back. So I keep the British at bay for the first turn. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. Next card. Wolf lands at Point Levis across from Quebec City and sets up artillery. He hammers Quebec day and night. I will get 3 turns. Wolf is going to move twice. Bullport is going to move. That is not good. And Moncton has a chance to move. So let's see Wolf moving twice. It's going to be a 3, so he will move. His second turn, he will move. So he is on the chart. He will be at spot number 2. And for me, we have one more move of Monkton moving. It's a 6, so he does not move. So that is where we stand right now. And I get 3 turns this time. I need to push Bullport back. So I'm going to try and push Bullport back. And I'll roll the 3, which will work. And I'll try and move Wolf back. Wolf is a -1 modifier. Yeah, I think I'll push Wolf back. And no, that's not going to work. So Wolf will stay exactly where he is for right now. Next card. British Admiral Charles Saunders led the British fleet of 49 ships, 140 smaller craft. He begins to attack on Quebec City. 3 Quebec turns, Wolf, Monkton, and Bullport. So Wolf will move, Bullport will move, and Monkton is going to have a chance to move. Roll the 3, so he will move up on the chart. Resources, -1 morale, +1 supply. And I need to get Bullport back if I can. I don't want him getting too close. So I'm going to try first of all on Bullport. And I'm going to use a military. So military goes down by 1, but I increase my die roll by 2. So this is no longer a -1. The +2 modifier will be a +1. So we'll try a +1 modifier for Bullport. 1 + 1, oh my, that's not going to work. That's a 2. I had to get higher than a 2. We'll try again. That -1 modifier, that's not going to work. Try a third time. I get 3 turns. Oh, all 3 turns don't work. Oh, that's a disaster. French don't move anybody back this time. Holy smokes. Turn over the next card. Montcom, I should have these here. Montcom prepares Bullport for an ensuing attack. The French make trenches and defend the area around Bullport from attack. Defenses now at F4 and F2 are now activated. And in the new game, you can change it around. You can make this an F2, that an F4. And this could be an F2. You could do F3, F3 if you want. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is for right now. I like having F4 at Bullport so that I don't really have to worry about that too much. All my resources are going to move. Bullport is going to move and Townsend. And all my resources go up by 1. So my military is now at 2. My supply is at 5. Morale's at 2. And I haven't used my militia yet. Dice roll modifiers +1 on Bullport, -1 on Wolf. So I think I need to push. Well, first of all, we need to see if Townsend's going to advance. So let's roll for Townsend. 2, he will move. And our 2 turns are going to push back Bullport. We've got to push him back twice if we can. A 5, that's going to move him back 1. And one more time, a 6, we move him back. So we have him in behind the defenses here, which is what we wanted. So those are our 2 turns. I think I'm going to use my supply. That will go from 4 to 3 to try and push Wolf back. So using one of my supply, we roll a 4 with a -1 modifier is a 3. That is enough to push Wolf back. So he goes back. I still have a 4 supply, so I have some extra turns here if I want to use them. I think I'm good for now. And we'll go on to the next card. So the next card is First Nations Militia Skirmish. I can go into the skirmish chart and try and push these guys back, or just play it safe. And to be honest, these guys are not really that much of a threat yet. So I think I'm not going to send my militia. I'm just going to push them back 1. If they were further along, I'd probably take a chance. But for right now, I'm just going to not send them and just move 1 regiment back as my turn. All right, we're going to this second card. British storm Bullport but are annihilated by the French and their prepared defenses. Huge morale victory for the French. All retreat 1. Oh, that's a big treat for me. So they all go back 1. My morale goes up by 2, goes up to 4. Supply goes down by 1. Military goes up by 1. So my military is now at 3. Supply is at 2. My morale is at 4. And my militia is still set at 5. We will deploy the militia when the British start to get a little bit closer. For my 2 turns, Bullport is a +2 modifier. I might take advantage of that. Townsend's -1, but he's still here, so he's not a threat. Wolf is a +1. He's there. So I think what I'll do is I try and move Bullport back, and I roll the 6, so he goes back. And the second thing, I will try and improve my supply. I got to get higher than a 2. I roll a 3, so my supply goes from 3 to 4. So starting to gain a little bit of momentum here, being the French. Next card, artillery exchange. All right, so I'm going to roll 6 dice for the British and 6 dice for the French. Here's the British roll. The British are going to hit on 1 and 2, and we get 1, 2, 3 hits for the British. French will only hit on a 1 because the ships just hammered Quebec when they came down the North Channel. The French really didn't have enough cannon power to keep the ships at bay. And the French only get 2, so 3 to 2. So the British do win. If they win, -1 in all the French resources. And I only get 1 turn. For this turn, I think what I'm going to do is they're all pushed back. So I'm going to try and move up my military. I need higher than a 2, and I get a 3, so my military is at 3. So I'm pretty happy. I'm sitting pretty good at this point. Wolf bombards Quebec City with artillery blasts from his ships and from Point Levis, destroying the city. Quebec, I get 3 turns. Wolf, Monkton, Townsend are all advancing. -1 morale, -1 military. And dice roll modifiers, -2 Wolf, -1 Monkton. So Wolf will advance. Monkton is still on the bottom of the hill trying to get up. Let's see how he does. He rolls a 4, so he moves. Townsend, same thing. He rolls a 6. He's staying there. So I'm getting some breaks with this new chart as they kind of struggle going up the hill in the middle of the night. Oh, I also get 3 turns. Oh, I get my 3 turns. So I will try and push Wolf back. And that is a -2 modifier. No, maybe I won't. I'll try and move Monkton back. -1 modifier. Moves him back. Try and improve my military. that doesn't work. I'll try it one more time since I get 3 turns. And that works. So I move him up. Next card. Battle of Louisburg, August of 1759. Louisburg protects the entrance to the St. Lawrence River. The British continually bombard this fort and take control. None of the British are going to move, but I lose 1 morale, 1 supply, 1 military, and all British regiments are -2. So I don't like to fire at them when they're -2 to push them back. They're all back at the start except for Wolf anyway. So I'm going to try and improve my supply and my morale. If your morale gets to 0, you only get 1 move. So that's pretty important. So I'm going to do morale first. I need higher than a 2. My morale moves up to a 2 from a 1. And I'll try and move my supply up. Higher than a 2, I get a 3. So my supply is now at 3. So this is what my resources look like. My military is at 2, supplies at 3, my morale is at 2, and militia is at 5. Next card. General Montcom, the French are going to flee the city. The man in charge of the French has citizens retreat out of the way of the British artillery fire to safety. Townsend and Moncton are going to advance, +1 on supply, +1 on military, and dice roll modifier +1 on Townsend, so I'll probably take a shot at him. So Townsend and Moncton are going to move. We get a 6, he doesn't move, and 2, Moncton will move. For my 2 turns, I think I'm going to push Moncton back, and I do. And I'm going to push Wolf back, and I do. So having some really good luck here, halfway through deck number 1. Next card, French unleash the fire ships. So the French tried sending ships downriver with explosives to try and blow up the British in the harbor, but the British got wind of it. Not in the harbor, in the river. The British got wind of it before they got too close, and they were able to stay clear of the flaming craft. So Townsend and Bullport is going to move 2. 1, 2 for Bullport. That's not good. And Townsend, I got a roll for him, and he will move up the hill. -1 morale, so that's down to a 1. -1 supply, that's down to a 3. Dice roll modifier is +2 for Bullport. So one of my 2 turns, I'm definitely going to try and move Bullport back, and I do. And for the second turn, I think I'm going to try and move Townsend back. There's no modifiers, any higher than a 3. I get a 4, so I put him back at the start. So having some good luck here. Going to our next card, artillery exchange. This is never good for the French. We're going to roll 6 dice. British hit on 1 and 2. French hit on 1s. British only get 1 hit. We just have a 1, and that is all. See what the French hit on. They only get 1s. So it is a tie, and a tie goes to the what does tie go to again? I forget now. I think the tie goes to the French. So I'm going to gain 1 on all the resources. I'll have to double check that. Just losing me for a minute. And I'll get 3 turns. So for the 3 turns, I'm going to push Bullport back. And I do. And everybody is back where they're supposed to be. So I'll try and move up my morale, which is a 3, which I do. And move up supply for that extra turn. And I don't get that roll. Next card. Louisburg. La Bombardiere lights cannons for the French to help out in the devastation. Madame Drucour, known as La Bombardiere, goes to the cannons each morning to help fire 3 guns. They were at Louisburg is at the mouth of the St. Lawrence River, and it was protecting the entrance. The British came with all their ships and just bombarded Louisburg day and night, day and night. The French lost a lot of people, And Madame Drucour went every morning to sort of help the morale of the people, and she would fire 3 guns. So the British do not move this time. My morale goes up by 2. My military goes down by 1. My supply goes down by 1. And British DRMs are all -2. And we're sitting good. They're all at the start. So we're going to try and move up my supply and my military. So my supply is going to go up. I need to get higher than a 2. Military higher than a 2, I don't. So my military will stay the same. Next set of cards. First Nations around Quebec make peace with the French and help out in their defense. A big boost to the French. Wolfe and Monkton are going to advance. And these guys are still at the bottom of the hill, so having good luck there. Monkton is going to move this turn. All my resources go up by 1. And my morale is at 5. So another rule implementation is if your morale's at 5 and you go up when you can't, you can move it up in a different area. So I'll move my military up to 5. So I'm really sitting pretty. Bullport and Townsend are +1 modifiers. But the only ones I can really go for are Moncton and Wolfe. So we'll try Moncton and Wolfe. There's no modifiers on them. Wolfe is a 1, doesn't work. Monkton is a 4, so I push him back. So again, having some good luck here. Next card. British capture Fort Frontenac in August of 1759. The British now inch closer to Quebec City, taking out defenses as they go. Townsend and Moncton will advance and -1 in all resources. So all my resources go down to 4. And dice roll modifier -1 in all the British. So let's see how Townsend and Moncton spare out here. So Townsend first is a 2. He will advance. And Moncton will advance also. So I believe they're both at the start there. Wolfe is on this one. Sorry for the sloppiness. Going to our next card. We're now on to section 2. I just put numbers at the back of my cards to make it a little bit easier to sort when you get them into 3 piles when you go to do it. And the first card is the militia. And again, I'm kind of in a good spot. I don't know if I need to attack them. I think, yeah, you know what? Just for the sense of showing everybody how to use it, I think we will. We're going to go to the skirmish chart. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to roll to see if we catch the British off guard or if they see the attack coming and they get ready to defend it. So the roll is a 1. So I do catch them off guard. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to roll 6 dice, and the French are going to hit on 1, 2, and 3. British will hit on 1, and you'll compare the results. So the French dice, 1, 2, and 3, we get 4 hits for the French. That's fantastic. And the British are going to roll. They hit on a 1. They get 2. So I'm ahead by 2, and you move 2 regiments back. So that actually worked out a little better. And I think the 2 regiments that will move back will be Townsend and Moncton. We'll sort of keep them back there if we can, as long as we possibly can. So the skirmish worked. We snuck up and got a hold of them. Next one, Wolfe's plan of attack is to take the goat trail up 174-foot high cliff at Lanza-Follon near Cap Rouge. Moncton and Townsend will advance. +1 on my supply, which gives me an extra turn, and -1 modifiers on all of the British troops. So Moncton and Townsend. We rolled a 1 for Townsend, so he goes right to part 2. That wasn't a good break. We're going to roll for Moncton next. A 6, he does not move, so he's still stuck at the bottom of that hill, really struggling to get up. For my 2 turns, -1 on all of these guys. I think I'm going to try and move Wolfe down. Get a 3, -1 is a 2, so that does not work. I'll try Wolfe again. and that will work. 6 minus 1 is a 5. That's enough to push him down. He just needs a 2. Go on to our next card here. The French reinforce. Many acknowledge that General Montcalm should have waited for reinforcements so he could surround the British when the time came. He did not wait. So the British are all going to advance 1. And we will roll for Monkton, and he will go to the second icon with the 1. So he finally gets at the top of the hill and he starts to move up. Not good news for me. -1 morale. Dice roll modifiers. Townsend's +1. Bullport is +2. I think I'm going to try and move Townsend back on my first turn, and I will. And second one, I think I'm going to move Monkton back. And it's a 1. That does not work. So go on to the next card. September 12, 1759, Bougainville misses Wolfe's ships sailing upstream to Cap Rouge, where they will scale the cliffs to the plains of Abraham. Wolfe and Monkton will advance. So Wolfe and Monkton both advance. -1 morale. Morale is down to 2. -1 modifiers on all 3. You know what? My military is at 4. So I'm going to use a military. So it goes down to 3 to get that +2 dice roll modifier. And I'm going to go after Wolfe first. So Wolfe would become a +1. And that's a 3. So 3 + 1 is a 4. That would move him back. And I think we'll do the same thing. We'll use another military. That'll move that down to 2 and go after Monkton. And we roll a 3. And that is going to move him back with a +1. He'd be a 4. So we get some luck here. Next card. Supply ships arrive in Quebec before Wolfe's attack to boost morale and aid resistance to the English. Bullport advances 2. 1, 2. Have we? Oh, we did have the Bullfort one. So I think what we're going to do for Bullport here, we are going to go to the battle chart. And we're going to have a battle at Bullport. Should be kind of fun. So I'm just going to roll 6 dice for each side. We have 6 for the French. And we have 6 dice for the British. And the French are going to go first. So they are going to hit on 1 and 2s. So I'm not sure if you can see that. And they get 2 hits. So the British are going to lose 2 dice next time. And the British will roll. The British will hit on 1s. The French had 2 hits. The British get 1 hit. So the British will lose 2 dice. The French will lose 1 dice. Let's change the order this time. Let's have the British go first. Again, the fight is at the same time. It's simultaneous, so the dice will be removed at the end of the battle. The British hit on 1 dice. So the British hit on 1. French will fire next. French hit on 1 and 2. Oh, they don't get any, so they will lose 1. We'll have the French go first this time. And the French hit on 1 dice. We have a 2. And we'll roll for the British. British hit on 1. And they get 1. So I believe they each had 1. So they both go down. British will fire again. British have 1, 1. So they hit on 1. French. They get 1 hit. So again, they each lose 1. We're getting down to the nuts and bolts here. British fire. They hit on 1 dice. The French will fire. They don't hit on any. So the British are down to their last die. Let's see if they can take something out. They don't. French need a 1 or 2 to finish off the British. They do. They get 2 2s. So they win at Bullport. And the British will not get by because of that win. All the resources go up by 1. And since my supply is already at 5, I'll move military up again. And for my turn, Bullport is -1 and Wolf is -1. So I think I will push, I think I'll push Moncton back. And I roll a 6, so I do. And I'll push Townsend back. And I don't get that on the modifier. There was no modifier. It just needed higher than a 3. Next card. British hold their fire. Wolf's strategy on the Plains of Abraham was to have his center line hold their fire until the French reached 27 meters or 30 yards, and then fire at close range with 2 balls, each charged in their muskets. Wolf and Monkton are both going to advance. No effect on my resources. -1 on Wolf, -2 on Bullport. I think I will try and push Wolf back with a -1 modifier, a 6, so I will do it. The second one, yeah, I think I'll move Bullport with a +2 modifier. I got to take advantage of that. And a 5 + 2, so that pushes him right back to the start. Going on to card number 2. Illness spreads throughout the British camps. Wolf is bedridden, causing low morale. Townsend and Moncton are each going to advance. Morale is a +1 for the French, as they know Wolf is sick. +2 modifier on Moncton and Wolf, 1 on Townsend. So definitely going after Moncton. So we get here, we get a 6, so that will push him back. And I think we'll go for Wolf. +2 modifier. Whoa, we're lucky. 1 + 2 is a 3, so we'll push him back. And we'll go on to the next card. Next card. British question Wolf. British commanders are skeptical of Wolf's plan to scale the cliffs to the Plains of Abraham. They feel he is still delirious from being sick. Bullport will advance. +1 on my morale. All British regiments +1. So I think I'm going to go after Monkton first. And 1 + 1 is a 2. That's not going to do it. And we'll go after Townsend next. That's not going to do it. So 2 bad rolls. It's not going to help me there. Wolf changes tactics. Wolf and the British are frustrated and discouraged by the lack of progress and attacks at Bullport. They raid houses to force Montcom to come out of fortifications. They need a new plan of attack. So Townsend and Wolf are both going to advance. -1 military. +1 Wolf, +2 Bullport. Even though I got a +2 on Bullport, I'm pretty happy with the F4 there, so I'm not going to push them back. I will try and push Townsend back if I can on my first move. I don't do it. I'll try it again, and I'm going to use a military. So my military goes from 3 to 2. This is where I stand so far. And with the military, you increase your DRM by 2. So I'm going to use that for the attack on Townsend. And 2 + 2 is 4, so I will push him back. Next one. Montcalm does not wait for reinforcements and advances on the British at 10 a.m. on September the 12th, 1759, with 3,500 troops, and forms a line 3 deep. Many people thought Montcalm was impatient. He should have waited for reinforcements, but he did not want to. Bullport will move, so we need 5 or 6 for them to get by, and they get by the defenses. Oh, that's not good. I need to push them back. And Wolf will advance. +1 morale. Now morale is already at 5, so I'm going to move up my military. So if they're maxed out, you can move a different column. And modifiers +1 Wolf, -1 Townsend and Moncton. I'm going to try and move Wolf back, which I do with the +1 modifier. I think I'm going to move Bullport. Townsend's a -1. That makes it a tough roll. And I don't like them being past that F4. Oh, and I don't get it. Oh, man, that's going to hurt. Next card. Artillery exchange. All right, so I'm going to grab 6 dice. 3, 4, 5, 6. British are going to hit on 1 and 2. They get 1, 2, 3 hits. That is going to be tough for the French to beat. Here comes the French roll. They get 1, 2, so they do not win the Battle of Artillery. The British do. The British win, all regiments advance. So 1, 1, 1, and 1. Oh man, that Bullport is getting too close. And I only get 1 turn this time. What do I do? What do I do? Dice roll modifiers. There's no modifiers. I think I am going to push Bullport back. And it's a 4, so I do. I need to get him back 1 more and behind there, but I only get the 1 turn because I lost the artillery exchange. Next card. Oh no, another artillery exchange. I could be in big trouble here. All right, so the British are going first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to back. That hurts. And I roll. They hit on a 1 and a 2, and as you can see, I've got 3 of them. And the nice thing, though, if I lose this one, I only lose resources. The British won't be advancing. And I get a 3, so the tie goes to the French, so I win. So I gain 1 resource of each, and I get 3 turns. So that went from really bleak to something fantastic. I'll move Bullport back. They will. We'll go for Townsend next. We will. The 3rd term, let's go for Wolf. And we do. So that worked out really, really well. Next card. Climb the cliffs. To gain surprise, Wolf decides to climb the goat trail and 174-foot high cliffs at Cap Rouge during the night while the French sleep. The English will be on the plains of Abraham by the morning. Wolf and Monkton both advance. And modifiers -1 Wolf, -1 Townsend. Before it gets too late, I'm going to use my militia. I'm going to put an F3 right there. So my militia goes from 5 down to 2. The maximum you can put on here is a 3. If you're to put it on Townsend 3, a 6 would still be kind of a waste. A 6 is always going to get through. You can't shut them out entirely. You have to have some dice roll probability. So I'll put that there to stop him. And on my turn, I think we will move Monkton back. He doesn't have any dice roll modifiers on this particular turn. And we get a 3, so that will move him back 1. Maybe that was a little bit premature. We'll try it again on him, a 4. So I do move him way back. Maybe that was a little bit premature, panicking a little bit. We're now on to card 3, section 3 of the game. So making good progress. The British are closing in, but I'm feeling okay so far. And going to the skirmish chart. Now, do I take a chance? Yeah, you know what? It worked out well last time. I'm going to go to the skirmish chart and give it another go. So yes, I am going to do it. Now I'm hoping that I can catch them off guard. 1 to 3, I catch them off guard. 4 to 6, the British are ready for the attack. Let's see what happens. 1 to 3, I catch them off guard. So that is fantastic. So we're reading off of this chart. I'm going to roll 6 dice for the French. See how they do here. They're going to hit on 1, 2, and 3. And, oh, we only get 1 hit. Oh, geez. The British only hit on a 1. And they do, so it's equal. So that really didn't turn out too well for me. No effect. I do lose 1 resource. I think I'm going to lose military for this one. So, yeah, it didn't work out very well. I was having lots of luck there, but got a little bit too aggressive with the skirmish chart, hoping to push a couple back or maybe all 3 back. Next card. French only had a small garrison at Cap Rouge to defend the territory. They were surprised and overwhelmed by the British 3 turns. An interesting fact is when the British did come up Cap Rouge, the French had a man on patrol. And that night, he never did patrol along that area because 2 of the horses were lame and he couldn't ride. The other one had ran away and he had to go find it. So of all the circumstances, yeah, what a night for your horse to take off on you. So Townsend, Moncton, and Bullport. Townsend, Moncton, and Bullport are all going to move. I'm just going to do the quick way this time, not the battle. And it's a 1, so it doesn't get by. -1 supply, -1 military. So my military is now at 3. My supply is at 4. Dice roll modifiers, -2 Wolf, -1 Monkton, -1 Townsend. I think what I'll do is, I think I'm going to go for Monkton first, and I don't get it. Second turn, I will go for Monkton again, and I do. I push him back. He's only got a -1 modifier, makes it a 4. Third one, -2 on Wolf, -1 Townsend. I'm going to use a military, so my military goes from 3 to 2, and I'm going to try and push Townsend back. And that's a +1, so I don't do it. So I wasted a military, could not push him back. We'll go on to the next card. Wolfe's troops arrive at the Plains of Abraham and form a 1-mile line of soldiers. All advance except Bullport. So they're all moving except for Bullport. -1 on Wolfe, -1 on Monkton, -2 on Townsend. Oh, man. Well, we're going to have to use a military on Townsend. So I have 1 military left. So that will even it out. So here's the roll on Townsend. I need a 4, 5, 6 to push him back. I get a 2. Oh boy, I wasted my military. I don't want to drop my military to 0 because that would add 1 to all of the British numbers. Townsend would be a 4, Monkton would be a 3, Wolfe would be a 3 if my military is at 0. So I need to keep that at 1. Oh man. I should have put the militia out against Townsend as a little bit of defense. Let's try and push Wolfe back. And we get a 3, -1 is a 2. That doesn't work either. This is not looking very good. I do have an extra turn. So I do have a 4. But with that -2 on Townsend, that makes it, I have to roll a 6. 5 wouldn't work. 5 -2 is a 3. So I need a 6 only on Townsend, so that seems like a waste. Don't want to waste my military. Actually, what I can do, and I think what I am going to do is this. I'm going to use 2 morale to move up 1 military. Then I will use that military to go after Townsend. So that's going to be a +2 modifier on Townsend. He's just too close. And it's +2 on the card. So if I add my military, it's now 0. So I need a 4, 5, 6. And I get a 6. So I do push him back. So that is going to work out okay for this turn. We're going to the next card. And you know what? I am going to put down that F2. That's the final 2 militia I have. Just before Townsend, you watch Wolfe sneak in. 30. The British win the onslaught. The British first volley shocked the French. This is on the Plains of Abraham. They marched forward, and the second volley caused the French to retreat. All the British are going to advance. My military goes down by 2, so my military is now at 0. My supply is at -1. All British troops is -2. Oh, this could be awful. Okay, let's just see if they advance. So we'll do Bullport first. Need a 5 or a 6. Oh, they got by. This one here, we need Higher than a 2. Oh, they don't. The militia hold them back. Monkton will move. Wolf will move. Now I get 2 turns. But my military is now at 0. So all of the British are 1 harder. They all move up. So Townsend's now a 4. Monkton would be a 3. Wolf is a 3. Bullport is a 3. Yeah, I could be in trouble here. Maybe the first thing I do is improve my military. I think I will. I'm going to try and improve my military, get that off at 0. Oh, and I don't do it. I'm going to use my second turn to do it, and I do. So these move back to 3, 2, and 2. And I'm going to use my supply. It's at 3. I'm going to move it down to 2 to try and push Wolf back. And it's a 4, so I do push Wolf back. I think I'm just going to stop there now. I've got still quite a few cards left. I could be in trouble here. Next one. 78th Highlanders were sent by British General James Murray to pursue the retreating French, but the French militia and a French battery caused numerous British casualties. Townsend and Moncton both retreat. So boy, there's a big break. Townsend and Moncton both go back. My morale goes up by 1. My military goes up by 1. And dice roll modifiers +2 Moncton, +1 Wolf. So we're definitely going to go after Moncton. And 1 + 2 is a 3, so that will push him back. And we'll definitely go after Wolf. 2 + 1, again, the modifiers help push him back. So that was a great turn for me. Just when things were looking really bleak, like I was going to lose. Successful retreat. General Bougainville arrives to aid the French after the British onslaught and allow a successful retreat to Quebec City. No British movement. +1 military, so go from 2 to 3. And dice roll modifiers +2 Wolf, +1 Bullport, +1 Townsend. I think I'll try and push Bullport back, get him behind that thing. So that works. The second one, we're going to go for Wolf, and that will work. I'm going to use a supply to try and push Townsend back. I got to take advantage of that +1 modifier. And 4 + 1 is a 5, so Townsend moves back. So getting some breathing room here when I just thought I was about to lose. Game's getting good. Oh no, here comes an artillery exchange. This is not good. All right, let's... Oh, and if I lose, they all advance. This could be big trouble for me. All right, we'll have the British roll first. They're going to hit on 1s and 2s. And, oh, they get 1, 1, and 1, 2. So they get 2 hits. So 2 hits for the British. And the French are going to roll. And I only get 1 hit. So I lose this encounter with the artillery exchange. So the British win, all regiments advance. So here they come again. We're going to roll on Bullport, and it's a 2, so they do not get by the defenses that were set there by the French. And I only get 1 turn. For this turn, I think I will, there's no dice roll modifiers. I think I'll try and push Townsend back with no modifiers. He's a 3. And I get a 6, so I do push him back. Next card. Montcom leaves the city. Montcom leaves his defense fortification at Quebec City to meet Wolfe on the Plains of Abraham. Was this a mistake? Turn. Roll a d6. 1 to 3, stay in the fort, and it now becomes an F3. 4 to 6, attack on the plains. I do get 3 turns, so chance for me to make this an F3 if I stay. I need a roll of 1 to 3, and I get a 4. So he does go through like real life and attack on the plains. Not going to change history. Bullport advances. I do have my F4. Let's see how that works. Does not move. Wolf will move. Monkton will move. -1 supply. My supply is now on 0. So that means that F4 is now gone. So I need to move that up, or else he's going to quickly go through there. -1 military. Wolf +1, Monkton +1. That's good dice roll modifiers. I'm going to have to use at least 2 of the 3 on that. Let's go after Wolf first. 2 + 1 is a 3. I'll push him back. Monkton next. That is going to push him back. And I get a third turn. I'm going to have to push Bullport back because... yeah, I lost that. It's on... Actually, I'm going to try and improve my supply. So I need higher than a 2, and I get a 2. Oh, geez. Not good. Not good. So, again, Bullport is free to be attacked. Next one. Surprise completed. By the morning of September 12, 1759, Wolfe had his men atop of the cliff and on the plains of Abraham. They lined across the field in just 2 rows. Wolfe and Townsend both advance. No effect on either. I think I'm going to try and push Wolfe back. And a 2, I don't get it. I'm going to try it again on Wolfe. A 2, I don't get it. I don't have any supply to gain an extra turn. I think what I'm going to do is, I should have did this earlier, move my morale down 1 to get 1 supply. And with the 1 supply, that then reinforces Bullport. We're down to how many cards? I might have a chance here. We're down to 6 cards. Let's see how this plays out. I have some defenses up that are working. I was really helped by Townsend and Moncton struggling to get up the hill. In my example, they got up in 2 rolls, but the game they did not. Next one. French number 13,000. Montcom had 13,390 regular troops and militia at his disposal on September 12, 1759, available at Quebec City and along Bullport. They all retreat 1. Oh boy, did that come at a nice time. Resources all go up by 1. Oh man, there's a great card late in the game. Wolfe is +2, Monkton's +2, Townsend's +1. I don't think I retreated Bullport. I'm going to try and push Wolfe back first of all, and that is going to do it. So he goes back here. I'll push Monkton back. That will work with a +2, and I might be in a little bit of luck here. 4 cards left. Wolfe 2 deep. The morning of September 12, 1759, Wolfe assembles his 3,300 troops in a horseshoe shape, stretched across the width of the plains in 2 rows, awaiting the French. Remember, the French were in 3 rows. Traditionally, they would be in 3 rows. He wanted to spread across the whole width of the plain, so that's why he went with 2 people to make his line longer. Townsend and Moncton are both advancing. -1 morale. -1 Wolfe, +1 Moncton. I think I will go for Townsend first of all. And I get him to go back. And I'll go for Moncton, +1 modifier. I get him to go back. So that worked out pretty well. I'm going to the next card. French officer who was to patrol the cliffs at Cap Rouge had his horse stolen that day. And his 2 other horses were lame. Wolfe and Moncton both advance. -1 on supply and no effect on the dice roll modifiers. So we're going to try and push Wolfe back, and we get it. And let's push Townsend back, and we don't get it. Going on to the next card. We're now on to section 4, so 4 cards left. It's looking pretty good. I might win this. General Wolfe takes a shot to the wrist and 2 shots to the stomach and chest. He dies, but not before seeing the French retreat. So Wolfe will retreat 1 upon his death. +1 for all the resources for the French, and all British regiments +2. So let's go for Monkton first of all. 3 + 2, that will push him back. Townsend, 1 + 2 is a 3. That's still not enough. So good card there. Next one. artillery exchange. Oh, so we're going to roll for the British. First of all, hits on 1 and 2. They only get 1 hit. So they only get 1 hit. And we'll roll for the French. And they get 1 hit. And I believe if it's a tie, I'll have to double check the rules. I'm trying to blank right now. Do a quick check. Yeah, I'll check it later on. So it's a tie, and tie is going to go, we're going to give it to the French. So the French win. All my resources go up by 1, and they get 3 turns. Hopefully I'm not playing this wrong. Maybe that's why I'm doing so well. Moncton is going to get pushed back, and Townsend, no. Townsend again, yes, we'll push him back. And it looks like things are going to be going pretty well here. Montcom is killed. During the retreat, Montcom is struck by a musket fire in the abdomen and thigh. He makes it to Quebec City, but dies the next morning. I get 3 turns. All the British will advance. -2 morale. Wolfe and Townsend are -1. Bullport is -1 modifier. So let's try and push Wolfe back. And -1 is a 2, won't work. Let's push Monkton back. That will work. And the third turn, let's use a military and get +2 and try and push Townsend back. So 2 and 1 would be a 3. So still, even with that modifier, I'm not going to push him back. Next card. This is the last card. I think I'm going to win, folks. General Townsend and General Murray, along with Saunders' fleet, besieged the city of Quebec and on September 18th signed the Articles of Capitulation of Quebec. The city is in British control. 3 turns. All British advance 1, but it's going to be too little too late. Morale goes down to 2. Oh, so I'll only get 1 turn. Military down 2. And supply down 1. Yeah, so only get the 1 turn. Well, it won't really matter anyway. Let's just all 1 on, let's try and get Wolfe. 4 -1 is a 3. That would push him back. Go for Wolfe again. 3 -2. Nope. Go for Townsend. Nope. And that's the end, folks. So end up withstanding the British attack. I got really lucky at the very beginning of the game. It took Townsend and Monkton a lot of times to move up there. So that was a little bit different, a little bit interesting. Probably had something to do with real life. It was probably very difficult for them to go up that goat trail in the middle of the night. But that is the Plains of Abraham, and it's a rare win for me. I find I win about 3 out of every 10 times if I'm lucky. Today I definitely got lucky with my rolls early. I kind of like the win percentage at around 30%. Makes it so that you do have a chance to win, but it is challenging. So this is Plains of Abraham with all the new advancements in the game. Hope you enjoyed it. And you can download it at gitchplay.wordpress.com, and play has 2 A's. I'll put it in the description. Bye for now, folks. Plains of Abraham.